We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
We're leaving the countdown timer in 2022. We're leaving that. No more countdowns. So today we have Jack Levin back in the studio. He'll be on in about 10 minutes. If you're watching it in the future, go ahead and fast forward about 10 minutes. Or you can sit and watch some stats. You can do that too. Let me get everything set up. I mean, I guess I should like maybe play some music still. Play music on my dance and shit. So let's go ahead and cut that out. Let me get it tweeted out. Feel free to tweet it out, guys. Free retweets. We're giving out free retweets. Yo, what happened to the chat? Ain't nobody in the chat? There it is. All right. What up, Zen Maximalist? Oh man, don't start that. Don't start it. Let's go Twitter. Get it blasted. What up, Cord? Barbosa. Crypto Dude, Chaz, FOMO TV, what up? Willis, what up, Number? H. Freeman, Dan. Let's run them likes up.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
What up, throwbacks? Hines. Appreciate the 7 months, Hines. Hey, guys, click the join button. I've been doing videos. Well, I didn't do one yesterday. I think I did one day before yesterday, but I've been doing member videos, going over some of my strategy. I actually took some profit on Zen, guys. In the twos, but it's back up though. But right before that dip, I had to take some profit because I'm like, man, Xen Layer 1. For what happened is, what happened was, I wasn't hearing anything, man. Phoenix, I wasn't hearing any updates for that. And then NEX kind of took the back burner, no pun intended. Took the back burner to the X1 speculation. So I'm like, man, so none of this stuff is coming anytime soon. Should probably take profit. I mean, being that I'm up. And I'm even in chats, and Jack's talking about like, he's like, well, Zen could dump 90% from here. I forgot what chat I was in. Yeah, it can. Look at these tweets flying in. Get your tweets in, guys. Get your questions in. Will I read these? Will he replicate ZMTs and staking ZMTs on the X1 chain? If so, what's the value of continuing to use Zen? Like a lot of stuff I can just answer myself, probably. Will he replicate ZMTs? I don't think Zen's going to be on. I want to ask about that, actually. Yeah, that's a good question. I think he said Zen's not going to be on there. It's like, what if somebody does it? What if somebody brings it over there? Are you prepared for a dose of your own medicine? Let's see what else we got here. So get your retweets in, get your questions in. Ask him if he's the dev or is there a team? Thanks. Oh, Jack said he's here. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Head stream. There we go. Hold on a second.
I like your outfit this morning.
Thank you, man.
I'm rocking it.
Pause.
Hold on, let me get you pulled up here.
Make me feel underdressed.
Think you're underdressed, man? You looking nice and casual today.
I always look casual.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So what's up, man? What's new, man? How you been?
It's good, you know, building shit, breaking shit, you know, that sort of thing.
I was about to get into some of these stats, man. I haven't looked at the stats yet. You actually kind of early.
By the way, I don't see you. You kind of like on the side. There's two of me and one of you.
Oh yeah, it's
maybe get rid of one of me.
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we do it like this.
Oh, this is better.
Oh yeah, that is better. That works.
Are we on you're on OBS, right?
Yeah.
I want to show you something real quick.
All right. Don't send me no virus, man.
Dude,
Here,
you're
click
my
this
favorite,
link real quick.
You're my favorite Trevon, so there's no way.
Let me do this real quick. I gotta do this. There we go. Get that out of there.
Okay, look at the screen.
Which screen?
The one I'm sharing.
Add the stream. All right, this is gonna be tricky. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. Like, this is gonna be tricky.
Well, oh, you need to like load it in there somewhere, right?
Yeah, let me do it like this. Hold up. Give me a second. I'm gonna go back to your normal view.
Yeah.
Go back to your normal view.
I'm in no hurry. It's your show, so whatever you want.
I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna make a new one. Let's see. Duplicate. And I'm gonna make this one. I don't know. I could do it if I had time. Let me do it like this.
We don't need to show it. I just wanted to show this to you. So this thing is running on Amazon right now, AWS. And I'm actually running tests right now. You can see those green things. Those are blocks. The stuff that's moving fast, 1 second blocks. You can see it right here. Each block can do about 1,400 transactions. So
hold on, I think I can figure out a way to show it. Hold on. Let me add.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna close the door so dogs don't bark.
Stream. Okay. What I can do.
Okay, did it work for you?
I'm getting it. And this should. Oh, it's gonna take me out. It's all right. All right, what we looking at?
Okay, this is our Explorer for our L1. We have a configuration of 1 second block times.
Wow, that's pretty fast, man.
Yeah, and there have been 1 million transactions so far since yesterday because we've been running a bunch of load tests overnight. I'm currently running tests. You can actually see the contract calls. So I'm computing prime numbers, and I'm filling up the blocks. So you can see the block gas limit, 30 million. It's almost completely filled up. So I'm running high computational load on it, and one transaction fills in the block completely. But yesterday we were running 1,400 transactions per second. And now to compare to Ethereum, it's only 15 transactions per second. So
is it like, why isn't everybody doing 1 second then? Let me ask it like that.
Because they have different mechanism of how they do validation. So like, for example, Ethereum, not only it has sequential transactions. So Polygon has parallel transactions where you can have a bunch of transactions coming in and they're going to be executed in parallel. Where in Polygon, and that's what actually a problem for Pulse Chain too, every transaction that comes in have to be validated first, and then the second one, then the third one, and it's all done in a serial manner. And so that's what makes it slow, and you need longer block times for that. With Ethereum, it's about 12 seconds. With us, it's 1 second because it's Polygon technology, and you can adjust it down to 1 second if you wanted to.
Okay, so I've seen some, I guess you could call this FUD, but someone said that Polygon was hacked December 21st of 2021.
Yeah, I mean everything was hacked. I mean Ethereum.
But do you think is that a concern? I would say
no, it's not a concern. It's like any technology that's relatively new and it's being developed in real time can have a chance of it being hacked. So, okay. But it's not specific to Polygon. I mean, anything can be hacked.
No,
it's just when stuff is being developed.
Is this a lesser secure version of an EVM?
No. The EVM is not insecure. It's things become insecure when people develop new stuff and they just make mistakes. So it's just Ethereum was relatively lucky, but it's not inherently insecure because it's faster. That is not the case. It's very secure. I mean, looking at the TVL on Polygon, you can tell that there's billions of dollars there.
Yeah. Oh, damn, what the hell? So, I don't really care about a layer one. It seems like everybody else does. I guess
I'm gonna make you care.
Yeah, please. Also, that was my question is like, and you can't say, oh, it's because everybody's asking for a layer one. What's the real reason for why you're making a layer one? I gotta talk to you like Chat GPT. I can't. You can't give me that generic answer. I gotta be more specific.
Yeah. I can give you a real answer. Are we gonna go live or we're just chatting?
Bro, we've been live this whole time.
Oh shit!
You didn't know we was live?
I thought that we were not live.
Oh no.
But it's good that we are. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, good thing you weren't saying anything, horn-worthy.
Porn-worthy. Yeah, I always make sure my porn tabs are closed before I jump on the stream. Just in case.
No, not that kind of horn. I mean, like, I meant like something like that you don't want the public to know.
Oh, I want everybody to know everything,
Yeah.
so it's no big deal. Um,
I'm trying to pull up
uh,
this chat. Oh, I gotta pop out like this.
maybe not my seed phrase though,
Right. Let's see. Let me get
but
this
I'll
right.
have it on my screen anyway. So
So yeah, what's the real reason to for the layer one?
it's to make Zen more valuable.
Hold up, still getting this stuff set up. Yeah.
Zen will have more value just because the X1 is derived from Zen. So usually it's other way around. You build the L1 and then you issue some shit token and then you sell it to everybody and you tell your L1 is the best, therefore, but you have to buy it.
Right.
So that is how it's done.
So what you
Uh,
gonna do?
well, it's already been, what we're doing is in reverse. We're basically saying we stand on the first principles on decentralization and fairness and all of those great things that crypto technology brings us. And then we're building on top of it from the ground level up, not from some idea of my L1 is going to be better than everybody else's. And I am this whatever Silicon Valley person who is a genius level. That's not what's being said. What's being said is let's build a community. Let's give people the token that they can use as a utility token. But then let's actually build the actual utility. You see what I mean? So utility for Zen has been so far understanding how gas works, understanding you can trade it on Uniswap, creating liquidity pools, things like that. Now it's NFTs. You can play with NFTs. They're very functional, but also collectible. So that's super interesting because it gets people exposure to this other market like OpenSea. And now the natural step is the progression of technology. L1, the X1, our L1 is derived from the Zen's ecosystem because he needs Zen to actually to create the gas token. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I get it for sure. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not really against it. I'm just wondering why it's needed. Is it needed, or is it just like another reason to burn the originals in?
Okay, so we know that Ethereum is needed, but nobody likes it because it's slow, it's expensive, it doesn't scale. I mean, it has a weird founder. I mean, I like him, but a lot of people maybe don't, right?
My bad. Somebody in the chat says, "Of course it's needed," and that kind of triggers me. It's like, yeah, I want to hear why it's needed. I think Ethereum works fine. To me, it works fine. I can see the gas is kind of a problem. Yeah, the gas is kind of a problem, but I mean that's part of the beast.
The gas becomes a problem for the NFTs are not getting minted when the gas is high, which is actually positive. It's bullish. Yeah. It's bullish. But you see, we're building a bullish world on a problem. So we're basically saying that the resources are scarce, therefore they're valuable. So we're focusing on optimization of the scarce resources and giving it a better value as the first step. But the truth is that if the technology was actually better, more secure, and faster, then we would be building more interesting things on it without optimizing the scarcity mindset.
So you're saying, my bad, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're saying that the things that you can build, you can't build as awesome things on Ethereum?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, think about gaming or anything that's like, snap, snap, snap within seconds. Like all the, like the hoops which we jump through, setting an advanced setting in MetaMask to capture 13 GUI overnight.
Yeah.
This is the dinosaur age of crypto.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. Like the MetaMask. See, I guess I'm not really looking at it from a game type of perspective. I'm still looking at it from a finance. Like 10 to 15 seconds is fine for me to do a trade or to do an action. But I can see where, like, if you're trying to do like a game or something. So do you have a game in mind, or are you just
I don't, but I want people to have a game in mind on a fast blockchain.
Okay, so before I get to all the stuff that I actually want to talk about, which which is not the X1 stuff, let's get all this X1 stuff out of our system. So how does so what's the process? So we got ours in. What's next? Well, we don't have any Zen because we've been. Actually, I don't have any Zen, but we get some Zen, and then what?
Yeah, not having Zen is actually a feature.
Right. It's actually crazy. Like it is actually doing what you said. Like it's designed to get out of your hands. It's designed to be distributed. Like once you get it, you kind of don't want to. You want to hold it, but after a while, you're like, this is like a hot potato. I'm holding
But
here.
the positive thing with Ethereum being more expensive and gas being more expensive, it's removing all of the short-term minters out. They're not part of the ecosystem anymore. So what you have left are real people that actually want to use it for a long time, and they have more of an investor mindset, not a short-term make money fast mindset, which is positive for Zen.
Oh damn, it's got you mad small one thing. So yeah. Okay, so we have Zen. Let's say we have some Zen.
Yeah. Yeah. In 300 days.
Right, yeah. Then I have a lot of Zen on a daily basis.
Yeah.
What is the I don't want to say I guess I say workflow, but what's the flow of actions that I take to get onto X1?
Okay. So it's going to be beautiful. You will love it.
Think so?
Oh yeah. I can see the way you're smiling. You're gonna love it right now.
I mean, as long as it's not a dead, like I just don't want any more dead. I really, I don't want another post chain. I don't want any more of this because I heard you say Q1 of 2024, and that's why I'm like, all right, let's go back to next, man. Let's go back to the NEX coin. If we talking about 2024, I don't want another post chain situation, man.
Hey, you don't have to worry about it.
I don't want no hopium, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is a point on the roadmap. And
yeah, you said something about that. So this is something that's already been. You had already been planning this. This isn't just let's go back to that then. So is this just a response to the people, or has this been on the roadmap?
Okay, so the roadmap was always being developed, but we needed to do a study of 10 different chains and to understand what are the challenges that those chains are having. And what is the better way to do it than to launch something that squeezes the juice?
Yeah,
right?
Vampire.
And so we studied the impact on the chains. We understand what works, what doesn't. We understand the social economic influence on every chain. And now we're gathering this intelligence to build something that is the best of all worlds, all chains. The chain to rule them all.
I feel you. So it wasn't a roadmap. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know that you're just not like, okay, let's make, you guys want a blockchain? All right, let's make one. Because I feel like it was kind of getting...
I say that, but it's kind of like the way that Richard would say, this is just
I feel you.
It's flexing.
Yeah.
It's flexing. It's, I mean, there was this one guy in the chat. He said, dude, you've been thinking about it for 18 months. That is actually not true. I've been thinking about it maybe 2 months.
Okay.
But not 18.
So if it's 2 months, so Zen's been out for 3. So that means you just started thinking about it then. So there's not really is there or is there ain't a roadmap?
Yeah, it's on my Twitter.
So that's the roadmap. So another question somebody asks is how do you have enough? And I don't really think it's actually needed because I can see how NEX would stop the inflation on its own. But do you have enough ideas to sustain for 8 years to fight inflation for 8 years?
Well, you only met me 3 months ago,
right?
And you have seen the density of the ideas.
I mean, so maybe you piled them all in at the beginning. Maybe you only had, maybe this is your best 3. And you're like, these are your Hail Marys. I don't know. So, Okay, so do you have anything else? Like, I mean, I'm not really tripping. I'm just here for content.
Sure, sure.
But do you have any other ideas? Like, what's the next thing? I know you got ZNFT, the staking ZNFTs. That should be here like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like you work for me. Like this, when is it gonna be ready? When are the staking?
I do work for you, actually.
Yeah, I know. But so that should be done in what, like a week or so, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those things are done.
That could be done anytime.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
just
We
throw
just
that
want to
up.
make sure that nobody's complaining.
So you're not waiting for the last day of 19%, are you?
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
no, no, no. Not
Um,
not waiting for that.
all right.
But yeah. So ideas. I mean, like, so here's the thing. When we started Zen, we had a lot of people join our Telegram group and the community, and everybody had questions and they had ideas. Um, we started X1 Telegram group yesterday. It's already above 2,000 people that are active in it. Like
Wow.
it's instantly filled up, and they're talking on voice chat nonstop. Those people.
Fucking losers. Okay, but it's like, yeah, it's great marketing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but
Go
let me
ahead, man.
continue. The quality of the conversation I have had on that X1 Telegram group eclipses what I have had so far with Zen, because Zen is basics. It's
Yeah.
basics for of first principles. So people are just trying to figure out what the hell is gas. Now, when people joined the X1 Telegram group, they actually asked questions like consensus, decentralization, implementation details, ZK rollups, ZK AVM, which stands for zero knowledge. It was actually, I was like back at Google, but better, because I have the whole world talking to me about like what the hell is this and why is it 1 second block, why is it 1,000 transactions per second, like what is happening, like how is it possible, like that sort of thing. And so what I'm saying is that I do have ideas, but the community has even more ideas that we'll be selecting from. But one of the basic ideas that kind of warms my heart, so to speak, that is if I have a heart, being undead and all. uh, uh, Uniswap, April 1st. That's when you can copy it.
I seen somebody asked about that. So
So we're gonna copy it
that's
to
April 1st this
X1.
year. That was fast.
Yeah, yeah. And so we're gonna copy it, fork it, make it better, and have it run multi-chain. And
Mm.
that's a new thing that nobody has really done yet. But that's
So
the future still need to be investigated whether it's even possible type of thing. But
yeah,
this is
so,
where I want to be. I want a Uniswap like decentralized multi-chain swap system.
so this is before X1 or after?
I'll have to be after because it have to come up.
See, that's that opium. It's like a opium crack house, bro. Like, that Telegram is like a opium crack house.
Here's the thing.
I live so close to the now, man. I live.
In any project, you need to have a proper balance between FOMO and FUD.
Yeah.
You cannot have just FOMO because it turns into a toxic opium and everybody's retarded. And you cannot have and you cannot just have FUD. Like there's this one guy comes to your Telegram group and it turns into a FUD central.
Oh yeah. I might add him back today.
And you see how it's not helpful, right? Because it's like everybody becomes stupid.
I remember he said the supply would be at 15 trillion by now, and it's like, nah, I hit it. I thought he was actually on point for some of the stuff, but I was like, nah, I don't. It's not looking like it's gonna look like that. So
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that you want to be somewhere in a balanced kind of type of situation where you have enough FOMO and enough opium. Because without the FOMO, then there's no forward-looking optimism, and without the FUD, there's no critical thinking. So you have
okay,
to
so
have
let's fuel the hopium a little bit. So like I said, back to I have my Zen. How do we get to X1? What's the roadmap?
This is the
Oh shit.
X1. So
Hey, you know my wife, she said you like she said you remind her of Jeffrey Dahmer when you hold that up.
This is a Hawaiian thing. We throw those things for sport.
Really?
Yeah.
I said we got an X place across the street. You can drink beer. I'm in a red state. You can drink beer. It's a bar, and you can throw axes
Nice.
for sport.
Yeah, I have a couple of those things.
Those look extremely sharp, man.
Oh, they're very sharp.
You're making me nervous.
I can shave with this thing. But anyway, back to
Man. You keep trying to divert, man.
No. I'm just having fun. It's early in the morning. The day just started. You're wearing red and green, and I'm just happy. I'm being happy. But anyway, so check this out.
All right. Sell it to me.
We're gonna have the testnet out pretty soon, like 30, 60 days probably, and you can start playing with it. But it's going to be different. It's not going to have faucets. Okay. So usually testnet has this fake money that you can make.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to make it different. We're going to have a smart contract living on Ethereum that will take your Xen, burn it, convert it to a mirror token that will be mirrored on the new chain that you'll be using for gas.
Okay.
So
we're going to burn out real Xen.
Real Xen, yeah.
To use the testnet.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. Well, that means the testnet kind of, I don't want to go there. But wouldn't that kind of make the testnet kind of valuable? Like, wouldn't that kind of make...
Yes, but it's not required. You're not required to be there to hold the X1 token. So X1 token lives on Ethereum, but it's mirrored to the testnet. So you don't have to ever go to testnet if you don't care.
Okay.
Even if you do not hold X1 token, but everybody else is burning Xen, your Xen in your pocket gets more valuable.
Yeah.
So if you're not playing, you're still playing.
Yeah. So
and that's good.
Yeah, it is good. I'm just trying to figure out why AIM. I mean, I guess if they really want to test it.
But listen, so there's people out there who want to get into this testnet and play with it and understand that this whole ecosystem going to be built out on it, play with the Uniswap new version and maybe some games, maybe mint some NFTs, maybe just get a feel of it. How is it feels to be in the Jack's house?
Yeah.
Right?
Bro, I'm like, how funny you are, bro. You're hilarious, man. Okay.
Thanks. So we're not saying you have to burn all your Xen.
Right.
Just burn a little bit. Just like burn like 10 or 100. Right?
Yeah.
And then what happens is that this X1 token on Ethereum, it's deflationary. It has a cap supply.
Okay. So you're getting the X1 on ETH.
That's right. You're getting into X1 on ETH in software on a different chain, but when the mainnet comes out, now you have your X1 in your pocket that may be super valuable because X1 is now developing. You see?
Okay, I'm kind of getting it. So let me walk through it. I burn some Xen. I get X1 on ETH.
Right.
And then the X1 on ETH is mirrored onto a testnet.
That's right. So if you have X1 on Ethereum, you're gonna have X1 on X1 chain. On
the real one or the testnet?
It doesn't actually matter.
So it's gonna testnet's gonna turn into the mainnet.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, I got
you. So it's a hybrid between the testnet and the mainnet. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Usually testnets is not important because they don't have real economic energy at all. We're making testnet safer by having a mirror of X1 token on Ethereum that is deflationary versus hyperinflationary Xen. You see?
Yeah. So the supply is going to be based on the testnet?
So I tweeted the tokenomics. It's 1 billion X1.
Okay.
It's on my Twitter.
Yeah, I'm going to it right now.
Yeah. 1 billion number of tokens. 50% of it will be burned over time. And just keep scrolling till you see a graphic. It's like, yeah, that's it.
Right here. Okay.
Yeah, click in to make it larger.
X1 chain with X1 gas will have 1 billion deflationary supply. Yeah, I seen this. 50% of transaction fees will be burned. 50% supply will burn over a set period of time. Yeah, I mean, this is you got to explain this. 50% supply will burn over a set period of time.
Yeah, so it's the same as BNB. Go to bnbburn.info.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe it's not that info. Just type in BNB burn. It's a website's name.
Here it is.
Yeah, that's it. So those guys are using a formula, and this formula is based on how many blocks their chain is producing, and they're burning quarterly. So if you scroll down a bit, click on the second tab, the one that says auto burn, and then this is how much money they're burning every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to multiply their tokens by about 300. That's what BNB is, about $300.
So what's determining how okay, the formula got you.
Yeah. So the blockchain itself produces blocks, and it's multiplied by the value divided by some other variables. And so it's an auto burn that they're fully transparently presenting. Now, if you're holding BNB, you're a happy investor because you know that a lot of it is being auto burned.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why BNB only fell 50% and not 80% like everything else fell.
I noticed that.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a little bit of BNB.
So BNB supply is always reducing. It's always deflationary. And they're using this formula. Now, if you go back to that tab that you clicked and click on the other tab, you're going to see that the transactions that they're showing burning half of their BNB per transaction. So you can see the burn on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making those coins disappear, which is bullish for BNB too, because the more Binance chain is used, the more valuable the BNB becomes.
So you're going to use some type of formula like this?
I'm just going to follow their model, maybe tweak it. But their formula, we have history that it worked really well.
Right.
And it made BNB super valuable to hold.
Okay. So 1 billion supply, because that was my initial.
Yep.
So this must not be the only way you're going to be able to get the X1 is through the testnet. So it's going to be like you have a portion set aside for a testnet, or how is it going to line up?
So 30% of the supply will be community distributed.
Okay.
The distribution will follow Zen burn, which is going to be an auction style, where the more Zen you burn, the more shares you get, and then you get the distribution every month.
So this is like NEX?
Like NEX, but simpler.
Okay. So
NEX, you have daily rounds. That's with NEX. And you have reflection. And reflection is driven by the protocol. Now, this is like NEX, except the proposed mechanism is 30 days. So in 30 days, you can just keep depositing your Zen to burn. On day 30, it burns, and then you're issued shares, and those shares are converted to X1. If you get the most shares, you get the bigger piece of the pie. And so the game theory there is that if you're you cannot burn all of your Zen because you don't know what other players are playing with.
Right.
It's you don't want to come to a poker game with an ace and show everybody you're holding an ace.
Yeah.
You want to show like
time
maybe
in a little bit.
Maybe like 10, maybe 9, but not an ace. And then if the game progresses and there's bigger and bigger players are playing, now you will be playing with your ace.
So it's kind of like post-chain sacrifice.
Exactly. Exactly like post-chain sacrifice with one big difference.
What's that?
It doesn't go to a sacrifice wallet. It burns.
That's true. It's not being held by one person.
It's a true sacrifice.
Oh, that's some real shit, man. That's some real shit right there.
Yeah. secured by blockchain, presented by consensus to be the true action, true sacrifice.
Damn, man. Man, I be feeling kind of sorry for Richard, man. Like, I be feeling kind of bad, man. But like, damn, man. It's kind of like, let me just look at the chat, bro. Let's read the chat. What's up? We appreciate the 10 lock-in profit. What will be the Xen ETH ratio for X1 token?
Xen X the ratio is established by the community because think about it. We just talked about the auction, right? So if you're coming in with very little Xen, obviously the auction looks different to you. And if you come with a lot, then the outcome is different. But every month for 36 months, you're going to play 3 years.
3 years. Was that in this?
No, it's not in it, but I'm telling you, it might be that. Not committing to it yet, but I think 3 years is a good time frame.
So 3 year sacrifice phase.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
we're waiting too, right? We've waited too for post chain. Doing nothing.
Now, that's just the emissions converting Xen and making Xen more valuable because we want Xen to be in play for a long time, right? And most of your Xen is coming out in 400 days anyway. Right. So that's halfway point.
And I was thinking this must be like some type of it seems like this will line up perfectly for when all that inflation comes to the market. So let me show you this. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite stats. Let's go to dashboard. So one of my favorite things to look at, I think it's over here, is this right here. I like to crop all of this out.
Yeah. How is it
let's ignore all that. This right here, this slope. You can't see it because my head's in the way, but seems to be very bullish. Now, when I point this out, people always, they tell me to look at this right here. So it seems like NEX, if I'm not mistaken, would come around this period right here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's funny that you just said yeah like that. So NEX will come around this period right here, and it seems like X1 would arrive at the perfect time to absorb all of this right here.
Well, that's right.
Is that like some type of strategy? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because
it's a strategy. Yes.
Pretty it's blaringly obvious. So yeah, X1 will come out because it is a little bit concerning, but when you really look at it, it's not really. Well, when you look at it like this, it's a little bit more concerning. You look at it from this. So we're gonna have on the peak, let's say like 1 trillion coming out. So you're gonna need something to absorb that. Or we could just let the price fall.
Yeah, but
add some more zeros.
But look at the silly NFTs. Like they're burning like almost 9%.
Yeah, just the you said the silly NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like it's funny how that there's what I've been doing the math on this. 8.7. Last time we checked,
it was less than 8 before.
8.7. Excuse me, I'm not a math whiz like you, man.
Yeah, me neither.
6.3. Oh, yes, back about 15%. So this is with really no incentive. Like the incentive to make unicorns and burn Xen isn't really there.
No, it's definitely there because
it's there because we got a little bit of speculation now, but it's not. I'm not really motivated to do one yet.
That's because you're not an NFT guy, but there's a lot of NFT people who it's their wet dream to hold something that will never be produced.
Right. My point is this is good. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying that 8.7% burn with no real. I keep saying no reason, but it's like
there's a reason. It's just
you get what I'm saying though. You get what I'm trying to say.
It's a play thing.
Yeah, a playful thing.
But playful, yes. By the way, your calculator. You know how you got the 15%?
Yeah, no, I could just did this.
Move your mouse. Yeah, you could have done that. that shows 15%.
100. And I could have did 100 minus. I still would have had to do the math though.
Yeah, but 15% Oh
I
yeah.
still would have had to do like this. I would have had to do 100 minus 84 or 92. So it's like I'm still gonna have to do some calculations, man. All
Okay.
right. Hey, I keep it
Uh,
real though. Let's see.
yeah. Um,
So without any true, I'm gonna keep on saying incentive. 8% is really, really good.
yeah.
So I can only imagine when I'm almost forced to burn what's gonna happen. That's basically where I was getting to with that.
Right. And by the way, the auction method disregards the trillions, because when the big boys come to play with their billions of Zen, they are playing against each other. You
Mm.
see, and so that destroys Zen quickly, just because the scale of an auction equalizes the amount of Zen that has to be burned.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, just like the post chain sacrifice. I keep going back to that. It's exactly
Yeah,
like post
yeah,
chain. You climb, it's like this ladder that you're kind of chasing, but it's every day. It's pretty
right.
epic, man.
Yeah.
So let's see, X1. I mean, I kind of get the distribution. I get the why. Oh, I got a super chat here from oh, it's just a 19. She's rich, so she don't care. Appreciate the 20, Bella. Um, yeah, let's see if we got any more questions. All of my only real question is NEX. Has that been like put to the on the back burner for a while, or?
Not really, because we've been working on the economic uh, aspect of it. We haven't touched the code yet, because we wanted to have this whole thing presented to the community, and then generate questions, and then add things that people want and remove things that people do not want. But just it's better to think with 1,000 brains than just a couple of brains that we have, because there's certain things that we haven't thought about. And so, like, by the way, NFTs, they're gonna get airdrops for X1.
Okay. So yeah, so what about the so tell me about the classes. So I'm sure Apex they're gonna get the best airdrop. So are collectors gonna get airdrop or you got to burn?
It's gonna. We haven't decided what to do with those things yet, because they're easy to get. You see,
Yeah.
they're easy to get, and there's no competition besides just you paying gas. So we're just gonna have to decide whether we will take them for burn and then issue an airdrop or not. That sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I mean, it, as a collector, I only have collectors right now. Now they're all I pretty much have only Centurions. Burning a Centurion as a Zen holder, I'm with it. But it's gonna be hard. I mean, it depends on when it comes out because yeah, it's I can't think of the term. I said it this morning, but it's kind of like this game where you're always like on you don't know what to do, but it seems like the main thing to do since all of this is being done for Zen, it seems like everything that's happening is for the Ethereum Zen. So it might be best to just keep your Zen. You get what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, if you don't play the game, you're still benefit.
Yeah.
And let me go back to the ethos and the original idea of the L1 X1. I want to be the biggest customer of the Zen's ecosystem.
Okay.
You are the Zen owner, like a shareholder of the new build outs that I want to build on top of Zen. So I want to be the biggest builder that uses the Zen's ecosystem to give Zen more value. So everybody that holds Zen should experience the positive bullishness, so to speak, based on what we plan to build. Now, what we're building, let's say there's an amazing X1 that does everything great. It makes Zen's bullish. And it's also, well, obviously, it gives utility to to the token. I mean, previously the utility was just described as the gas will be higher, Ethereum will be higher, it will be harder to get, it has deflationary formula in it, built in. 8 years, you're done. That's it, end of story. Very basic idea. But now, with Zen fueling the creation of X1, I become the user of Zen. Everybody's Zen, by the way, not just my Zen, but everybody's Zen. And therefore, it's the currency to create the new decentralized world. That's what Zen is.
Okay.
Now, here's the other thing that I want to mention. I am likely going to raise Silicon Valley money for the X1.
From them?
From them, from the VCs.
Okay.
Now, usually the crypto degens, they raise money from regular people.
Right.
And that's illegal. That's
right.
illegal. You can call it whatever you want, sacrifice, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. It is a illegal sale of security if you're giving something that's a digital certificate, and you expect the digital certificate to have value later.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that is not legal. 1934 SEC Act.
It is kind of old though, but go ahead.
Yeah, old. I mean, they keep referring to it, so
Yeah.
keep referring to it today.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and I understand why they've done it. The point is, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do any of that. No sacrifices from people and asking for people for money, nothing like that. I'll just go to all of the VCs that I know. So I know Sequoia, I know Kleiner Perkins. Those are the guys that invested in Google. They know me personally, those people. So it would be silly to ask for money to develop Zen, because Zen is 400 lines of code.
It's like you got a crack pipe in your hand and you're like, man, smoke this, smoke it, hit this, bro, hit it, hit this hopium, bro. Like...
Well, I mean, I know it sounds like hopium is
it
actually
does.
strange, but listen, I come from the.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I do believe you, but I just don't want to be hopeful. I just don't want to be.
Don't be hopeful. Just watch my Twitter.
Yeah, I'm just on the boat, man. I'm on the ship. I see Zen. I like Zen. X1, I'm all for it if it happens. I love that testnet. That's a banger of an idea right there.
Yep, it's a testnet that's a kind of true testnet that actually takes Zen out of circulation.
Yeah, it's testnet, but it's like
it's kind of like
real.
me, you know, have dead.
Yeah. Nah, man, you're AI. You're Chat GPT.
Right. Chat GPT, that's me. But anyway, so I want, in terms of tokenomics, I want to have an allocation for investors. I want them to buy future X1. Okay. And that's bullish for X1, because once that round is done and the money is raised and I announce it and there's a press release, it's bullish for X1. And it's actually legal too. It's legal because they're accredited investors. And I'm not doing an illegal sale of securities to the general population.
Hold on, we got somebody in the chat that say, by the way, VCs brought crypto CeFi, the opposite of what cryptocurrency was invented for. Any thoughts on that? Oh, I wanted to ask you about this. I'm actually glad he said that, because it reminded me of something else. So X1, will it be, you know, you talk about first principles. Is it going to be, is X1 going to be first principles? Can you say that confidently?
It's so X1 is not really crypto. It's technology.
Okay, here we go.
And there's two ways to run it. And out of all of the blockchains out there, the only really truly decentralized blockchain is Bitcoin.
I'm glad you said Bitcoin.
Everybody else tell you that it's all decentralized, it has validators, it has miners, whatever. Not all of it is controlled by a foundation that usually runs things. So people can imagine that Ethereum is super decentralized. They can imagine that Cardano does this and that. But the truth is, Cardano Foundation controls everything.
Yeah.
Which is by definition a CeFi.
Yeah.
But it becomes a CeFi when it becomes bad when they lie about it.
Okay.
They tell you that it's decentralized, it belongs to the people, and all that, all those big words. But they're holding the biggest bag and then the full control of the chain.
Right.
And so, in that, when you're transparent about this, so like BNB, for example, BSC Finance, they're transparent. They tell you exactly how much money went to angel investors, exactly how much money in terms of tokens went to VCs.
It's on chain?
It's on chain. It's published. All of the data is available. They never lied about it. Is BSC centralized? Absolutely, it is. Does it work? Yes, it does. Are they lying about it? They do not. So a person is the person loses their chance to make proper decisions, and their choice is taken away when somebody is lying to you. When you're having an informed decision made by a person who is not lying, makes the proper choices.
So you're saying that we're going to have to trust you?
No, you don't have to trust me. You can just verify what I'm saying because it's verifiable. Like, for example, I can say that my thing is decentralized, but it's not, and then you can actually verify that it's not. So I'm not going to be saying it. The testnet is going to run on Amazon AWS. It's going to be centralized. And it's going to be centralized because it's being developed. And we need to have the admin keys to it so that, like, when the bridge gets hacked, we can actually turn it off and save everybody's money.
Yeah. You got me torn on this one, Jack. I can't even front, man.
Well, you see what I mean, though.
I get exactly what you're saying as far as BNB is a good example. It's just that
I'm not going to lie and say this is going to be a decentralized.
It's good that you're not gonna lie. That's good that you didn't lie. But I'm saying when things are centralized, that's when it goes wrong. It's always something. I'm impressed with BNB that it wasn't, there was no black swan event for BNB. I always, when the FTX thing happened, I was kind of on edge because I was like, man, BNB goes down, that's gonna affect me in some way. Sure. Even though I'm not really in finance like that, it's gonna.
But dude, FTX is not true crypto. They've been trading their database records, not the crypto they owned.
Right. But I'm just saying, BNB. I'm impressed that they were able to survive and they're still going. But it doesn't mean that one day something. Just the centralized thing of it. I just don't like that, man.
I know what you mean, but there needs to be a balance, a balance between safety and complete decentralization, because complete decentralization has its problems too. Like the reason why Bitcoin doesn't have any smart contracts, but it's fully decentralized, it's like almost like the blockchain's trilemma, except it's a control level trilemma. So here's the thing. This is what I tell myself so that I can speak the truth. Xen is immutable. It's on chain. It's completely first principles. None of it can't be changed.
Yeah, even if it goes back to what you were saying. My bad. It goes back to what you were saying in Telegram. It's you said it's great marketing. The blockchain is great marketing for Xen. This whole blockchain. So I'm gonna just take it for that. This is a great. It's kind of like the Hex and Pulse chain. I like Hex. Pulse chain, cool. I'll throw something at it, but I like Hex. Xen, I love Xen. I like the way it works. I like the way the burning, all that. Do everything you can to burn all them coins. I love it. X1, great marketing. If it comes out, great. But I mean, I can't say I'm not with it, but I just wish there was a way. There's no way to do so you're saying there's no way to launch a decentralized blockchain these days?
Well, No, because you need to have you need to have a system set up first, and somebody has to make the first move. So we're making that first move.
Okay.
So
So
you can't just say that, hey, everybody, let's just do this, and everybody agrees. And so the humans have to have consensus before the technology has consensus.
okay. I'm just wondering like why I guess I get the why it's got to be centralized, but why not why not try to why not try to break the barrier there too and make it a decentralized?
We can make that choice later.
Okay.
Once we learn all there is to learn about how to run it properly and have it be safe, so that we can establish the baseline of what we're looking for in terms of the benefits of decentralization. Now, here's the most basic technological problem with this decentralization. Let's say that we have a lot of validators who are willing to run validation for the blockchain, and of course they have to have X1, they have to stake it, they're going to get the yield from the fees being generated by the transaction. So far so good. Now, that let's say that it grows large, it grows to 1,000 nodes, and 30% of those nodes don't really work well, and they kind of work okay but not really great. So that makes that chain super sluggish and difficult to use, that sort of thing. And so the aspect of keeping it alive and well and fast now is taken away from the focus of actually building on it, where the whole infrastructure takes 70% of the effort just keeping it functional. And so that is why, like, for example, we're running a set of nodes on Amazon. It's in our cloud. We're paying for it. It's fully centralized. It's super fast, and people can play with it. Now, we're not forcing anybody to play with it, and we're not saying, "Hey, give us your money now." We're just saying, "Hey, you want to play with it? Burn some Zen."
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all we're saying. Now, in the future, once we have it designed the way we want and everything's, and of course we're going to be making changes to it on the base level, then we can say, all right, so now we want to have a consortium, a consensus of independent parties that are doing validation, and that's when it becomes more decentralized.
And that's after it's later down the road.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, if I were to raise money from the VCs, all I have to do is come to them and say, by the way, 1 second blocks, thousands of transactions per second, and we have millions of people using Zen. So we have the users, we have the tech that's amazing, and we have the technical expertise in the team to actually swing it. And so I should be able to raise good amount of dollars in a standard way that the Silicon Valley does it, and actually have the contracts done with those people so that they can get an allocation of X1. Now, it's bullish for X1 when the money is raised, because the due diligence that those people do actually validate it for everyone else in the future. You see what I mean?
Kind of. It's a little.
Du-
This is a little bit further over my head, but I'm listening.
Due diligence is when you come up, you come up with an idea and you tell the world that this is the idea, and nobody is capable of understanding if this idea is good or not. But then you have an expert who gives you the money, an
Mm.
investor. That investor brings technology experts to ask, is Jack really BSing or is it all true? And let's look at that. Let's look under the hood. So this expert looks under the hood and says, yes, it's all true. Give him the money. That's called due diligence.
Yeah, I know what due
Now,
diligence is.
so due diligence is great for the rest of the people who do not care about due diligence. They just defer to the experts.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm
it didn't work out well for FTX, though, because nobody did due diligence on that guy,
right.
which is incredible. Incredible. But I have been a person doing due diligence for VCs in Silicon Valley for a while now. They invite me as a subject matter expert.
Yeah, I seen on your resume it says VC.
Yeah, so I worked with VCs. They invite me to talk to the new entrepreneurs that bring ideas, and I ask them the tough questions. And then I tell the VCs, are they investable or not?
So that's your job. So
It's
you're
it's a hobby. It's kind of like a hobby.
yeah.
I don't take anybody's, they don't pay me for that. I just like talking to people that come up with cool stuff, and
So what would you use the funds for?
Just hiring more developers, for example, getting infrastructure set up. Like, for example, we can use Amazon, we can also use Google Cloud, we can use other clouds out there to be more technically decentralized. So it takes money to run all this. It also takes money to operate the whole thing. Like, you can't just launch servers and say, okay, they're launched, so let's have them play with themselves. You have to have a team that actually manages the infrastructure, to make sure you don't run out of disk space, to make sure there's enough memory, to make sure there's no errors in the error log, to get people on the on-call duty so that they get paged when the shit hits the fan. So I've been doing those sort of developments and teams for the last 30 years. So I know how to run that type of infrastructure, but it takes money to do it. And so when you have the treasury created from the VCs giving you the money, you now have your capability to actually channel that money, that economic energy, into something positive, whether it's bigger infrastructure, better people, better ideas. Like for example, do you know what ZK is? Zero knowledge?
Yeah, I heard ZK knowledge proof. Yeah.
Okay, so ZK knowledge proof, what it is in a nutshell is that you have an AVM that runs computation. In Ethereum right now, every node that forms consensus have to rerun the computation. They have to rerun it. So it's waste, right? Because all the nodes are just wasting their resources. Now ZK, what that does, ZK AVM specifically, it basically creates a signature that what they done on the computation, it's like a hash. That hash is accepted by the rest of the nodes as truth. So that's why it's called zero knowledge. You don't know what they did, but you know that what they did was right.
Okay.
Now, Polygon is working on the ZK EVM, which will make it supremely faster than Ethereum because it unloads the chain from being inundated by the empty computation, so you do not need to run. That's coming out this year, probably. Kind of like what ZK rollups are for Ethereum, but Ethereum is maybe like 3 years away, maybe 2, if we're optimistic. But Polygon is almost here. They already have the code. I looked at the code. And so if we can have ZK EVM on our chain, not only it's fast now, like over 1,000 transactions per second. It's going to be tens of thousands of transactions per second. And of course, you can use less equipment, less cloud servers to actually do more work. So it's overall more optimal, and it doesn't take away from the money that will be invested into this whole project. But anyway, so like going back to Zen. So Zen is the people's coin, people's token. You hold Zen, you hold the future Zen, I hold the future Zen. It's awesome. Everybody in the world will have it. Now, here is the side project, which is the X1, raises money, validates the whole strategy for the rest of the future Zen holders, which is super bullish for Zen. So that's the plan.
So these VCs, are they going to get an allocation?
They have to. Yeah.
Oh man.
But
you pushing me further and further away.
No, I mean, like I'm being transparent.
Yeah, you're being transparent, all right.
yeah. I mean,
it's good that you're being transparent.
I am killing your hopium, dude.
Yeah, it's like
you're gonna have a healthy outlook.
I'm just going to just like Zen. I'll play X1. I can't. Here's the thing. I know I can't one up a VC. Like it's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be at the bottom of the food chain on X1.
No. Wait a second. You are a Zen OG.
Okay.
You get your huge allocation. Not only you have the Zen, the future Zen, but you also have the knowledge that this is coming. You can make the decisions earlier than anyone else out there. These VCs are coming in last. And by the way, they're going to have a vesting schedule too, like 4 years. Like they cannot get rid of their tokens.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna listen to some. I'm listening to you talk to GRC. I'm listening to you talk to GRC. I'm listening to you talk to Joker about this stuff, and I'm gonna keep on digesting the information from this because
Yeah. So
I like it, but it worries me a little bit to say that. I
you
like
don't have.
Zen.
Yeah, I like Zen too. We're not worried about Zen, right? That's the
I'm gonna
bottom
look
line.
at this. This is just a way. This is just marketing for Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen. Let's say Zen is the currency everybody's holding. Now, we can have Amazon accept Zen, and Amazon has VCs and shareholders and all that shebang, right? And we would be happy if Amazon accepts Zen,
Yeah.
right? Or we can have X1 accept Zen, which has shareholders and VCs and runs as a corporation. Is it bullish for Zen? Absolutely, it would be.
Somebody in chat say VCs want profit, and it's like, yeah, but they gotta wait though. So
Yeah, they gotta wait. I mean, listen, this is one of the ways where the wanting profit is actually good for the ecosystem, because they're gonna force me to actually come up with not the BS decisions that kill everything. Because now I am responsible to them to do the right thing.
yeah, I think what it is, I'm actually really really excited, and my there's something about me is trying to like keep me down. Like it's like, yeah, this is actually really 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 bullish, but it's just the first principles, man. Well, it's like we're throwing all the first principles out the window 3 months in.
No, we love Zen. Zen remains immutable.
But let's go over here and do this. Let's go over here to the whorehouse real quick and do this real quick. That's what kind of like X1 is a little bit.
I mean, listen. Here's the question. Let's say that you have a Zen holder that wants to commit crime.
Okay.
Can first principles of Zen stop him from committing crime? No.
No.
Or you do something good with Zen. Does it mean that first principles made you do good? No. People will do what they will do, but Zen will remain first principles regardless.
Yeah. But isn't first principles? I thought it was Fair Crypto Foundation. Like, I guess today is the Zen is the foundation. You did get that one. Okay. Fair Crypto Foundation. Foundation is the base, but everything else on top of it, it's not.
But like, think about it. Having VCs is not inherently unfair, because they taking the risk of something that doesn't even exist.
Well, I guess I'm not really saying that. I'm just thinking about the maybe not. Maybe fair is the wrong thing. I'm just saying that the centralization. Centralization. That's not first principles. Am I right?
That's right. Centralization is not first principles, because the way that I describe first principles in my white paper is specifically decentralization.
Right.
Specifically. However, having built something that is centralized, that is a consumer of Zen, is still fine. It's not like we're changing the Zen's mechanics. We're just making it more valuable. We're giving people more choice. So you go to a gas station that's owned by a dude. It's centralized, but you like him.
Yeah. There's a place. This is the Richard Hart speech though. Like this is the same Richard Hart speech as far as centralization goes.
Well, he has been speaking about being a benevolent dictator. You know what the big difference between a benevolent dictator and not a dictator?
What's that?
Who's not? Corporations have board of directors who can fire a CEO. So, like, for example, if I raise money and I have a board, and I go and I buy a couple of Lambos with their money, they're gonna fire me.
Right.
Who can fire Richard?
I can.
Nobody.
I fired his ass. Nah,
Yeah, well, you fired him. He blocked you, right?
Yeah. Nah.
That is the difference. A benevolent dictator, it should not even be a thing, because no CEO is a benevolent dictator. A CEO is not a dictator. CEO works for the board. The board represents the viewpoint, and they protect the shareholder value. That's what the board is responsible for. So, and the board can execute a voting decision to get rid of the CEO if the CEO is just buying Lambos or shopping Prado all day. Now, it cannot. You see what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, I get you for sure.
So that is why it's not at all the same like Richard.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's see if you guys throw some questions in the chat real quick.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. I just kind of, I'm kind of scarred from centralization, from my experience, with BitConnect, etc. So I get kind of nervous, when I'm in a crypto. I think that's what it's coming down to. I get kind of nervous when I'm in a crypto, and it's like, all right, we're about to start. We're gonna build this new thing. See, the sacrifice. I was kind of concerned about the sacrifice phase, but being able to sacrifice, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we're throwing some money away. I get it. And then you kind of like, okay, well, yeah, that wasn't really a sacrifice. So here we are again, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna get in any hot water for this? I think that's what it's really coming down to. But anyway, let me look at the chat. You're scarred from Richard. No, I'm not scarred from Richard.
Yeah, it's too bad I don't see that chat because
you just go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, but okay.
My bad. I'll send you the link to it. Actually, I have it right here.
No, I'll just look at YouTube.
Yeah, that's about the best way to do it. Yeah, you can just read some. X1 admin keys. I guess we know that.
Yeah, admin keys for sure, 100%.
Like what? It's like we're going backwards. No admin keys, immutable. What happened to all of that?
Yeah, that's Zen. Nobody's taking Zen away from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we don't want Zen to be taken away, but we want the chain to be safely developed. Like if we build a bridge that's hackable and people are losing their money, we want to be able to have admin keys to put a stop to it.
Do you rank chains by gas fees or growth of on market cap? If gas fee, can any chain increase their chain gas fee in order to surpass Ethereum?
Wow, the chat is exploding.
Yeah, it's been very active. I don't even know how many people we got watching actually. I'm curious. 472, not bad.
How many?
472. I don't know what the peak was.
472.
472.
472?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a record.
Really? It might have been higher than that. Let's see. Let me see what the highest was. Oh no, we're at the top right now. 470. Let's look at the chat. My record is 10,000. BitConnect collapsed.
Oh yeah.
Had 10,000 live viewers.
But anyway, so like I announced X1 and I know that you're lukewarm about the new chain and whatnot, but look at the community engagement. People are just
it's so great marketing. Great
so
marketing.
Excited.
Yeah.
And we can actually show something. Like for example, I mean, I know that Hexicans will hate me for ever bringing up Pulse Chain, but I mean, people always ask me to compare. So Pulse Chain is going to be slower because it's based on Ethereum 2, and Ethereum 2 runs sequential transactions. Damn. So even if they change the block times to 3 seconds, like they were showing that they're doing, it doesn't change the fact that every transaction have to be executed sequentially. And Polygon technology does it in parallel.
So what's harder to do, Pulse Chain or X1?
Pulse Chain.
It's harder to do?
Yeah, because they don't actually have the... I mean, there is open source, but then it's whole... you know, like those B-52 bombers, they're huge. flying fortress. That's what
Yeah.
Ethereum is.
Yeah.
And it's flying. And you're like, we're gonna like fly next to it and reconstruct it in flight and see if we can actually build a plane just like that flies just as well
While we're in the air.
while you're in the air, and try not to crash. That's what pulse chain development is.
You see.
When it comes to Polygon, we're like, okay, here's a method to run Polygon using Terraform, which is a scaling solution in Amazon. Boom, 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 it's done. This is the easy part. The easy part is to have a fast chain that has nothing on it, has no users, has no any sort of smart contracts, like nothing. That is the easy part. The harder part is actually to get everybody to build on it and to be excited on it and actually have an economic model that makes sense. Now, the economic model that's novel, that what we have is what I described, is how X1 token is going to be mirrored on Ethereum. So it's almost opposite of a bridge, because it's created on Ethereum first, and then you can mirror it over the sort of bridgeless connection between the chains. So you can become a holder of X1 before X1 is live.
Yeah, so explain that again, because it's a lot of people in here that probably didn't hear that. So you're saying we'll burn in to get X1.
Right. You will get a limited supply of X1. It's limited to 1 billion.
And that will be on Ethereum.
That will be on Ethereum.
And it'll have a copy. Go ahead.
Yeah. It will have an exact copy on the X1. And for you to move your X1 from Ethereum to the X1, you're going to have to lock it up. And then you will mint the X1 equivalent gas token on the X1.
Okay, so it's not going to be like a mirror. It's going to be you have to do something with X1 on Ethereum to get the one on
you have to, because otherwise you're going to have not a true sync between the chains.
And then that testnet will turn into mainnet. So you'll basically fork testnet, and then it'll turn into mainnet.
Right. All we need to do is change the word testnet to mainnet, and it becomes mainnet.
Yeah, but it'll work because there's value that was transferred.
The value is there.
Yeah.
The value is a true value that lives there, but it's safer because Ethereum. You know what the difference between L1 and L2? So L2 runs the contracts on its own engine, but it settles in Ethereum.
Yeah, like Polygon is like, I know it's like Uniswap V3 is on Polygon. Like you can do LP pools on Polygon.
So we have reversed this model. We have said that Ethereum is the L2 for our testnet.
Okay.
You settle on Ethereum because that's where all of the investors are, and the traders and the minters and the burners. That's where all the action is. That's the L2 economically. And then we settle on our L1 X1. That's the novel approach here.
Okay. Interesting.
So everybody wants to go to Ethereum from their chains because Ethereum is Rome, right? It's the empire.
Mm.
And we're saying, no. We have 10 different chains. They're going to be acting like L2s to our L1.
That's boss right there.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
But I think it will work because the way the design is done.
So are you concerned that if this turns out to be a ghost chain, it'll hurt Zen?
No, because Zen is immutable. It's in every chain. It still has the same mechanics. I mean, I would say, here's what I believe. I believe that if things is a bullish element for Zen, it can also be bearish, because you cannot be bullish without being bearish. Like if we fuck up or whatever, do something wrong, then we can create problems. But it's true even now. Like right now, I could, I could do something like
It could disappear.
Or I could do something what our favorite hero is doing, and that would hurt it.
Yeah.
So
man, please don't start wearing like Gucci and stuff, man. I mean, if you do it, it's cool, but Oh man.
And so I guess my point is that I already have the responsibility for acting properly. But there's a risk. What if I start acting improperly? So even Zen being decentralized, if the founder is implicated in something bad, then it's bad for the ecosystem. Even if it's immutable. You see?
Yeah.
Because the optics cannot be changed. You have to be looking clean no matter what, even if the technology is helping you to be fully decentralized.
Post Earthplane said, "Be innovative and figure out how to do L1 according to first principles." And you kind of talked about that a little bit, how like over time it could become decentralized.
Yeah, I think it definitely will, because we want the validators to make the yield on X1. Like, we don't want to make our own yield. It doesn't make any sense. But we want other people to make yield. Zentoshi keeps asking, I'm confused. Is X1 going to be ZK EVM or not? So it will be ZK EVM when it's out. Right now, it's just the code that's in GitHub.
That reminds me, I want to ask you, why do you only seem to stream with Hexkins? You don't seem to go outside of this small bubble of people. Like you were first targeted, you were talking about how Zen is going to be like SHIB and, you know, the SHIB supply. Why haven't you tried to like target SHIB's community, or why is it just like seem like you only talk to Hexkins?
Okay, well, you can answer this question by answering, why am I talking to you right now?
No, I get what I know where you're going to go with it. It's like, we chose you, we're talking to you. I get that much, but I guess I would say, why isn't there an effort to, like, there's like a huge Ethereum community that doesn't know about Zen and doesn't know that Zen is the reason why the deflation is occurring right now.
Because you guys are underdogs, and I'm building a solid foundation.
Okay, that's a good. I kind of speculated that, as far as like, I would say this about Heskins and me is, or I'll just speak for myself. This circle of people that you're in right now actually use crypto like on a daily basis. They're doing transactions all day, every day.
You are the true crypto.
Don't call me a DJ. Don't call me no DJ.
Okay. You have a good amount of degenuity in you.
Degenuity. That's funny. So I mean, I feel you on that one. And you're saying everyone else is.
It's a thing that you love, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, people think that I went and I targeted this community. That is not true. You guys wanted to talk to me, and I just said, okay, let's talk.
I didn't really care to talk to you. I talk to you now, but it's like, it seems, I feel you. Like, you kind of, so the storyline goes, you were on Twitter. You happened to log back into your ancient Twitter account from 2007, and you said something about the hex chart, that it looked like shit.
It said it looked like crap.
And then the hex can start saying, you got to measure from the bottom. You got to measure from the bottom. And then you say crypto coffee reached out to you.
Yeah. Like, they did within the hour
of you saying the chart looks like shit.
Yeah. Within the hour.
And he wanted to talk to you about what?
He looked at my profile and he said that let's talk about hex.
Okay, so he saw your profile and that's what intrigued. Because I'm wondering, like, what was it that made him say, okay, let me do a stream with this dude who said that.
I think he clicked on my LinkedIn, possibly. Okay,
and he reached out to you, and you guys did a stream. I have never watched that. I'm gonna look for it. What were y'all talking about?
His title for the video was Bitcoin OG looks at hacks.
Okay.
Or something like that.
And was it like, I guess I'm pretty sure it was a friendly conversation. I'm gonna check it out.
It was very friendly. It was very friendly. We talked about my history and how I found hacks and what I think about it, that sort of thing.
Okay. And I guess you said you liked hex.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
and I still do.
Yeah, I do too. It's just the founder is kind of like off his rocker. But So, so then more Hexicans started to reach out to you after they found out who you were.
Yeah, with
And it's like,
after they saw my stream with Coffee, Mr. Coffee, 3 more Hexicans said, "Okay, get on our stream too."
yeah. So I guess the clout chase ensued, basically. Like they seen this guy from Google and they're saying, you know, okay, this guy from Google likes Hex, so we gotta get this guy some clout. We gotta get him out there.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because it's good for Hex,
yeah,
and it's good for the community to talk to, you know, a person like where I come from. Right?
yeah. So and then Richard Hart. So at what point did Richard Hart DM who first?
I don't remember actually. So I remember Matty Allen. He said, "Hey, we're doing this PulseCon online. It would be great if you could talk to Richard."
Mm-hmm.
And once he announced that there's going to be a conversation, we started talking on Twitter, Richard and I.
Okay.
And I told Richard that I like his longevity talks, and I actually do. I mean, here's the funny thing about Richard. Like, you guys all been following him sequentially. When I came into this sphere, like your community, I didn't look at the timestamps of the videos, so I saw a majority of the Richard's older videos. I thought it was like they were current.
All right.
And I didn't put the two and two together that the guy actually has changed the strategy. And like, to me, it was like I felt like I'm talking to the guy from 2 years ago, because majority of the videos were produced 2 years ago.
Right.
And I had no idea that something is new and different. And so when I talked to Richard, I'm like, "Hey, I love your thing on this longevity thing and blah blah blah." And then I said, "Hey, looks like Maddie wants us to talk. What should we talk about?"
Your resume is God mode, bro. I can't get over that, man. I can just hear him saying it. Your resume, you should have never showed me that shit, man. You shouldn't have never showed me that screenshot, man.
What did it do for you?
Nah, it's just funny. Like I can hear it. Like it's what I grasped from that was that he wanted to do what everyone else was trying to do, which was show off that, hey, there are people who are intelligent who like Hex. That's what the vibe was from that. They wanted to show you off to the world that here's this model smart guy who likes Hex. So Hex you're our validation. You were the validation. And then
the biggest validator node in the network.
Right. And then it seems like they got I just don't get why. I get why, but I think the approach is wrong. I think Hexicans, what they should have been doing was minting Xen. They still couldn't start now. They should mint Xen and dump it for Hex, and the price will go up. It's like I think that their approach is wrong, and they should really be excited for Xen, because Xen will help make post-chain even more deflationary than it's already designed to be, unless it can't handle it, which
That's what I tell everybody. Like, I'm in a couple of the Hexagon groups. I'm like, "Hey guys, I wanted to bring a lot of users to Pulse Chain that will burn all of your gas and make you pulse deflationary. Like, that's going to be great for everybody."
Yeah.
So I say that to those guys.
I just don't get what I think what it is. I think here's another thing I said too. I said that it's not the Hex. A lot of people say the Hex OGs don't like Xen and Jack. I don't think it's the Hex OGs. I think the Hex OGs do like you. I think it's the Hex top buyers who don't like you. The people who bought it too late and now they're down in the red, and they see attention shifting from these Hex OGs who they looked up to, shifting over to this new thing that's actually just frankly more exciting than Hex is right now. So I think that's really what it boils down to. And because I was watching, there's a guy that I've been watching. I'm starting to like his channel a little bit. It's called Broke Boy Crypto. He seems to be pretty unbiased. And they were talking about how, I think it was his channel, they were talking about how somebody said, why is Trevon shifting over to Hex? Oh, not Hex, but shifting over to Zen from Hex. I thought he was, and it's like, not everybody is one crypto and done. Like I've never, if I was like that, I wouldn't have got in Hex. You see, so it's like you can't have that approach. You gotta be open to new things and new people at all times, man. So I'm sorry, Hexkins, but I would say use it as a way to promote Hex, man. You could say, hey, you go mine this free token Zen and sell it for Hex. If you'd have been doing that, you would probably have more Hex.
Dude, do you want to? I have been lolling so hard yesterday, so hard.
What?
I send you a link to Twitter. It's a Joker's 1 minute video. It is so funny. It is.
You sent
so
to where?
Funny. To your private chat on StreamYard.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah,
I don't see it over here. Private chat. I got you.
Private chat. Yeah, click on private chat. Dude, it's 1 minute. You have to play it. It is so funny.
Joker.
It is so funny. Yeah, dude, play him. You're gonna be laughing your ass off.
I find it hard to believe.
Okay,
Let's see.
Show it on the screen.
Hold on. Let me get it queued up.
I watched this thing 3 times because it was so funny, and every time I was like rolling on the floor.
Okay. My chat, no, brace for the cringe, guys. Brace for the cringe.
It's you have to be resistant to cringe because sometimes you can extract really a lot of funny energy from this.
Okay.
But blow it up though, so that you can see what. Yeah, there we go. This is the state of Hexagon.
Listen, I'm gonna transform to my final form. It's gonna happen once that moon comes up.
Right.
Are you ready, Xenians? Oh!
My face is melting from the cringe.
Xenians, make sure you bite all of the pure blood hexagons. Ha ha! I have the fangs, and we are going to bite tonight. Where's the hexagons? Here we go! Have yourself a great night. Xenians, we love you. And we'll see you on the next one. Blah, blah, blah. We don't say blah, blah, blah because we'll say blah, blah, blah.
Jack, you find that funny? Hold on, let me pull you back up. Joker. Let's look at the chat. Look at the chat. That beat was hard though.
Yep.
Got a plug on Jack because of that. I was giggling. Yeah, the blah blah blah. That was funny.
I like
just sold all my then.
I like when he says, "Where's the full-blooded hexagons? We're gonna bite tonight."
Yeah, Joker's. I see. I don't like doing this. I actually do not like talking about people who I'm not really like. You know, I don't want to feel
do you-
like I'm bullying, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I want people to like I think some people are better off, even myself sometimes. Like I'm thinking about making a whole other channel, like not crypto related, you know, just like entertainment. Cause I feel like people would like that if I made like a channel where I talk about like entertainment, like what Kanye did or something like that. So I think that some people are better off being in another lane. I think some people find this lane of crypto and they see it as a niche, and they see an opportunity to like grow a brand. And I think Joker would be better off doing that, but doing it for not crypto. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know, dude. Every time I interviewed with him, the chart pumped
How many times was that?
like twice, and both times it pumped.
You do that. I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna say it's not because of the Joker. I'm not saying that the price didn't pump because of Joker. I'm just saying that was the same day I said I bought Zen.
Oh.
Yeah, like, that was the same. I think that was the same day that I did it, or maybe it was the night before or something like that. You can probably pull it up. But I mean, I would say I like Joker over GRC. I would say I would rather watch you talk to. I would say that I'd rather you watch talk to Joker. I watch a Joker stream before I watch a GRC stream. But I would still say, man, find some more people. You know,
Well, here's what combines you guys together: GRC, Joker, yourself, and
oh man, do
Crypto9.
not know, bro. Nah, I end the stream. You praying for me in a box.
You're all critical thinkers, and you're thinking for yourself.
GRC's not thinking for himself.
Okay, well, I'll reserve my judgment.
Joker might be thinking for himself. Yeah, I would say Joker might be more thinking for himself. GRC is just gonna go where the cloud goes.
you guys are spicy. You're asking questions. You're asking to be blocked by Richard. You have the balls to do it, and you don't care.
Don't put me in a box with nobody.
Okay. You're very unique. Your style today is looking great. I want that T-shirt. I mean, I want that shirt. Where did you get it?
I don't know where I got it. I got this a couple years ago.
Yeah. I've been wearing Hawaiian stuff for like forever. I want something different.
Yeah, this is when I pull this out, that it brings all the Kangs out. We was Kangs. You heard about the Eye of the Sahara?
No, what is that?
It's they say it's where Atlantis is. This is the guy. You want to watch it real quick?
Yeah. I saw that. I am from Atlantis myself.
No, for real though. There's this guy that says that he was on Joe Rogan last night talking about the Eye of the Sahara.
I watched that. It's like that circular thing or something in there, right?
Yeah, it's where Atlantis was. It's crazy, man. We was Kangs, man. It was in Africa.
Yeah, that's when it was better climate.
So much that points to that possibly being Atlantis.
It's spectacular. So just to run down
On Atlanta all day today. I've been watching for hours. I've been watching impact videos about the Atlanta structure, and so let's just get into it.
Let's do it. So the Rishad structure, I was on your show a little over a year ago and shared some details about it. To people who aren't aware, there's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Rishad structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara.
Wakanda forever.
It is a site that most people have never seen or heard of before, which is truly peculiar.
Dude, this is so funny. I watched them yesterday too.
You watched this yesterday?
That, astronauts typically
Yeah, you're AI, man. We're all the same person. It's all this. You ever seen Lion King? We Are One. This all makes so much sense.
It is a geological feature that is said to be volcanic in nature.
I literally was
watched
watching this.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't believe you.
My bad.
And what's so spectacular about this, check it out. I have a YouTube channel called Bright Insight. It's a...
But yeah, man. big ass tsunami hit Earth, man, and they say it's because of the pole shifts.
I think it's more of a meteorite type of situation.
Think it was a meteorite?
Yeah.
You don't think the poles are shifting?
They shift a little bit. I don't think it was. I mean, so there's this other dude. His name is Graham Hancock, and he was doing an interview, and he said something interesting. So he said that the Atlanteans, they had this spiritual technology. There was the Water Guild, the Fire Guild, the Air Guild, and the Earth Guild. And that's how they were able to build the pyramids, because they were chanting and those stones were levitating. And then they had the Water Guild actually cut the stones with water. So by human consciousness interacting with the physical elements, they were able to build things. And so what happened to Atlantis is that they decided to centralize, kind of like create a sci-fi world, if you will. And they wanted everybody to fold in line in their religion or something like that. And what happened is that because they were so in tune with the physical elements, they have disrupted the Earth's magnetic field and caused the poles to shift, which caused the cataclysm, and the big wave just destroy everybody.
Yeah, this dude right here is scary though. Chat's telling me to get off of it, so I tried. In the interview you're playing, why don't you develop on other chains? I mean, I think we kind of covered it all, man. Yeah, everybody's talking about the metaphysics.
Yeah, Atlantis was real. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I do too. I can, especially after watching. Did you watch his video on it from his channel? I watched his video afterwards. We ain't gonna watch it right now. You can say, you gonna have to lie and say you seen it.
I think I saw that video because I remember seeing the circle thing.
Yeah, he goes into it pretty deep, and yeah, that was definitely Atlantis.
Very interesting.
Well, all right, Jack, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go for my bike ride. Give me some exercise in. What you about to do? Nice.
Well, I'm glad we had a chance to discuss the plan for the world domination. So it was good.
Yes. Now you may continue, go get the VCs.
Thank you. I always tell people that I have to ask 3-1 for permission to do anything. So
of course.
So you're yeah. So here we were, and I'm glad I'm getting blessed.
You may continue your work.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you in the next one, bro.
Okay, see you. Peace.
Well, guys, how we feeling? Then we have 551. How we feeling? Tell a recap. Okay, the recap is, damn, I didn't even ask about, well, we got the answer for NEX sometime June, July. X1 testnet, you're going to burn Xen to get the testnet. Well, you're going to burn Xen to get X1 tokens on Ethereum, which you will then lock up to go on to the testnet, which will turn into the mainnet because you have actually injected Xen's value into the X1 tokens that you're testing with. So that's pretty interesting. We also learned it's going to have admin keys. Aww. Admin keys are a go. It's going to be centralized. It's not going to be first principles. I had a very tough time with that. It's going to be used. I see it as a way to market Xen. That's how I'm taking it. You never ask how much the VC supply the VC capital get. He'll say it. Somebody else will stream with him. And he'll ask somebody else will ask it. Ultimately, I think it's very bullish for Xen. I just refuse to get excited for it at this stage. If it's not coming till 2024, I can just be excited for my mints instead of being excited for X1. I think it's great for marketing though. At least he's honest. I mean, he can't lie. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. He couldn't lie about that anyway. Somebody's gonna call it out instantly. Let's look at some stuff, man, before I get out of here. Done waiting for change. Yeah, I'm kind of over blockchains, man. So if you're a member, you know I sold some Xen the other day. Let's see if I regret that. I kind of do. It's like I was selling up in 3 here. So it's holding up good though. I need some speculation. Okay, he said NFTs, staking NFTs within a week or so. I think that's going to be pretty bullish. But, you know, I'm just going to keep playing the game the way I've been playing it, you know? Streaming tomorrow, I don't know. It sounds like Jack Levin's projects are coming out instead of Jack. Yeah. It's kind of like a evil twin. It's like, what happened to all the first principle stuff? It's almost like, man, if you're gonna not do first principles, and it seemed like he would just, I think the Jack that I know would just not even do it. If I can't do it in a decentralized first principles manner, then I'm not even gonna do it if I'm Jack. That's the Jack that I thought I knew. But hey man, pump it. I'm here for the Xen. Nodes, yeah, I get it. Yep, because once it's decentralized via nodes, then there's voting for changes. You can't just turn it off. Everybody has to vote to turn it off. So yeah. But it's like, you ain't gonna get me still, even with that, you're not gonna get me to be excited because it ain't coming till next year. You know? But yeah, it's definitely bullish. I mean, I hope I didn't hurt the hype. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I'm not about to sit here and get excited for no blockchain. It is very bullish though. But that's a year from now. He may still be post-chain the market. That's crazy too, man. I feel sorry for Richard, man. Po little tink tink. Po little tink tink. Bit off more than he can chew. I can't get over that joke video saying you're gonna laugh your ass off. I'm like, I'm not gonna laugh my ass off, bro. I might smile at it. But yeah, I don't want to be no bully, man. Only way I'm gonna be a bully is if you say my fucking name and you say some shit. That's when I'm gonna come at you. But Joker ain't never. He better not though. He better not. But yeah, Jack's trying to hype up Joker. I can see the community's trying to hype him up and get him. But the same thing he did with Hex, man. Triple Joker interview. He actually asked me, DM me. I ain't responded yet though. He's pulling the GRC. You won't be shit talking Pulse when your investment 50x's? No, I won't. Sure won't. Jackson like that Joker plug in. Yeah, guys, go check out Joker, man. Yeah, man. But Zen looks like it's, let's see if it holds its support. What's today? Let's check out some more stats. I also have my main account. I've been showing my members. Oops. Here's my main account. It's looking pretty epic. Go ahead and put your penises beside that one.
Pause.
See where you measure up. Let's look at my stats and compare them to your stats. Remember that? Very few gonna remember that. It's stats time. Let's look at my stats and compare them to your stats and see whose stats are better. Level 3 gonna remember that. Yeah, catch up like mayonnaise. Feel free to catch up and boost my mints. As you see, I only put 28 ETH worth, and I would say most of that I've made. I'm about 5,000 in the red. Because what I did is I traded Zen. So I made a lot of it back off that last pump for NFTs. But I'm still kind of in the red. So I would like to get it to just using profit. No Apex yet? Nah. Not yet, man. Rank, I ain't showing my rank. I don't want to show my rank because if I show my rank, the people at Zen Turbo might know which one is mine. So I'm trying to keep it kind of... Matter of fact, let's get this down. Just go ahead and minimize that. That's enough. Oh, you've been selling? Oh, yeah. I'm not keeping any Zen. I have a little bit of Zen. But we're gonna see. I'm watching this support right here. It'd have been nice to catch that last night. Just trying to build a ramp. NFTs coming out soon. Staking NFTs. I think that's gonna lock up a lot more Zen. Because I mean, if when staking NFTs come out, I really don't have a reason not to stake anymore because I can do multiple stakes on one wallet. So I can stake a little batch, let it sit. But that's something that I'm gonna want to do that when the price is down. So when Zen is low, that's when I'll probably start some staking NFTs so that I can sell them and there's no reason to not do 1,000 days. So stake NFT. 1,000 days, sit on when the price is low, sit on it for a couple weeks, couple months. When the price runs up, sell the stake, do another one. It's gonna be fire. They can still tell. Yeah, if they're looking at it completely live, but I mean, it changes every minute, so I ain't really tripping. I don't give a fuck. I care, but I don't really care that much. Tell us to stake while you selling? Nah, I'm gonna do them, but I'm just gonna do them at the right time. If I'm gonna make a stake NFT, I'm gonna do it when the price is swooping down. so that I can catch the move. I don't want to do one now. If it comes out now and the price is up, I don't want to do a stake in NFT up here and then watching it go down and down and down and down, and then be like, oh shit, man, I should have waited till now to do it. And then when it on the next catalyst, then I can sell a stake as NFT. Hold. The problem that's keeping me from holding Xen is the fact that I can, I'm making more and more every single day. Like every day, like say I get a batch mint for 100 million. If I look down the road on my mints, it's gonna be days I'm getting 500 million in a couple months. So why would I hold on to it if I'm gonna get 500 million in a month? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but yeah, I feel you. Like, yeah, I actually don't have any Xen. I mean, I have some, but not a lot. Not as much as I should have for as much as but I kind of do have it because it's minting. So. Come on, Jack. You don't really believe that Joker stream causes Xen pump? Nah. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like it did. But it Xen pumped because it was time for it to. It's pretty easy. It's like I started buying Xen around in here. And then I did a video the day before for a member saying I was buying Xen. And then when I woke up that next morning, the price was up. Because the people that's in my members is like, even though it's not that many people, it's people that's like, the price can move. Because there wasn't that much liquidity. So I woke up that morning kind of upset because the price was going up because I wanted to buy again that morning. And then it went down again. I think this might have been a Joker stream right here. But I mean, it might have. Yeah, everyone did it. All right. I'm about to get out of here. Click the join button below. If you're missing my videos and stuff, man, become a member. I'm Poe, man. I need it. You see how much I put into Xen? Come on, man. Help me out here. Become a member. Get some bonus content. I'm doing videos that are like 30 to 40 minutes long. Just rambling. So if you like a stream, if you like my streams, you'll like my member stuff. No word of staking ladders. I'm surprised. What you mean? All right. Talk to y'all on the next one.